Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, February 27th, 2019. We are here near the top of this mountain because last time was exciting. Last time was very exciting as we had to run for our lives through this forest, being chased by a lot of angry guys. And now I'd like to proceed on with the expedition. Over there are two angry guys waiting for us, so I think it will be quite difficult to get up this side of the mountain, and over here we do have a valley. Can I maybe walk through the valley? Yes, this looks good. So maybe I will just walk through the valley and continue to explore the map. I think this could be the way to go. So let's do that. Let's grab all the things we put down and carefully descend down this slope. All right. Okay, so what's going on? Well, yesterday we finished the last oral exam of the course on teaching and learning with augmented and virtual reality. So that's good. This concludes a very, very stressful time. Unfortunately, there will be some more oral exams in the second week of March or so for me. I'm not quite sure. I think I do have around 5 oral exams to go. And then I'm finally done. Then it's finally over. But yeah, this particular course is now over, and that's good. On the one hand, it was a little bit a weird feeling after having finished the last exam and okay, yep, that's it. Now it's over. On the other hand, it's good because now I do have a little bit more time to focus on other things or so. Still, there's always this weird feeling like, okay, me, my colleague and I will work together for quite some time to get all those exams done, and now back to the usual routine or so. So yeah, there is there's always a little bit some sad moments in an ending or so. Well, at least that's how you mostly experience a few things, because I mean, an ending means that it's over and you can't experience it anymore. Of course, sometimes you're super happy that it's finally over, and it's super weird because mostly you think, okay, yeah, I like to be it done. I don't want to do it anymore. And then it's done. You think, okay, what's next? What can I do now? But I know what I can do now. I like to finish this PhD for, well, I said it so many times, and maybe now it becomes reality that I can finally work on it or so for a bit. That would be good. This would be very nice. I'm looking forward to do this. Also, well, I'm still doing a lot of sports. I haven't. The series continues. The series continues. I am now at, what is this? 13 days? 12, 13? Well, currently I am at 12 days, but shortly after this episode goes live, I probably will go climbing, and then I will be at 13 days of sport, which is cool. Which is I never would have guessed that I would do such an interesting series, but well, it's fun and it helps. It helps really a lot to stay more balanced, to stay more relaxed, and that's good. Speaking a little bit more of the the exams, right? That's what I wanted to say. Oh man, I'm really exhausted apparently, but yeah, the exams were good. They were really good. We had the students that are enrolled for human-computer interaction, because we had 2 courses of our main course. One was with a mixed group consisting of pedagogy students as well as human-computer interaction students, and we had a group consisting only of that's a dangerous drop, only consisting of pedagogy students. And yeah, this week, Monday and Tuesday, we had the human-computer interaction students, and they all did a great job. Well, all of them who showed up, because unfortunately we had 3 no-shows, but the other students, I think, how many have I tested? 17, 19? At least a decent number finished with the best mark. So that's awesome. That's really great, and they all did great projects. And not only that they did those projects, they also learned all those underlying principles, all the learning theories, and how you can embed the system into the school, into a particular course or so. So that's cool. That's really awesome. I was super pleased with the result, and I hope my students feel the same way. Hi you. I don't want to mess with you. So bye. See you later, or maybe see you never again or so, hopefully. I will just continue on this direction. Yeah, so this is good. It's finally over. Also some great news on Tuesday. So yesterday I received an email that the one paper that needed a minor revision got accepted. So yeah, now I do have a journal paper. This is awesome. That's really awesome, because I had to, I mean, when was it? I submitted the revised version on February 18th, I guess. Yesterday was February 26th, so 8 days. About a week later, I got the confirmation that, hey, it's done. It's accepted. Cool. Of course, there are a few minor things to do, like upload the source files that they can process my article and publish it and so on. Unfortunately, they also request a different file format for my images, so they don't want to have PNG or JPEG or anything like that. No, they want to have the EPS format. Not sure why, but okay. So I guess I have to start the good old Photoshop again and open all the figures of my paper, turn them into an EPS file or save them as an EPS file, and yeah, then bundle everything up, upload it to their manuscript submission system situation, and here we go. Also, great thing about this, it's an open access journal, and this means that everyone should have access to it, independent if their institution has a subscription for this particular journal or not. They can just access it, and that's super cool. I really like those open access journals, because it's so much better to do those things as, hey, it's publicly available. Everyone can have them. No subscriptions are needed, and this, of course, or hopefully, will increase the range of that paper and the amount of citations or so. If anyone cites it. So yeah, this would be super awesome. I'm really happy about that. So great news, a lot of great news. Yeah, so What else? The training, the triathlon training, more or less goes on. Still have to practice more of this swimming situation, and I also, because that's also a little bit of a problem. I do have my bike is currently located in Berlin, and I'm not quite sure in which condition it is. So I think the bike itself will be in pretty good condition. I'm just a little bit concerned about the tires, because they might be a little bit old, and I'm not quite sure if they are still sealed, or if they leak air or something. So this has to be determined, and then I somehow have to get access to my bike, which is a little bit problematic, as it's 500 kilometers away, and this is quite a ride, and I only have time at the weekends, during the weekends, and driving 500 kilometers on the German Autobahn is, yeah, interesting. I talked about this so many times in the past. It's really interesting. It's really annoying. So, yeah, I don't know. Nevertheless, because I know cycling will also be a thing, I at the gym used one of those spinning things, those little bicycles that are no bicycle. You just stand at the same location and you do this bicycle thing activity. I don't know. I gave it a try, and it's quite good. I'm just a little bit concerned. I mean, this is really a problem. Sure, when you do sports, you start to sweat. I mean, that's a normal thing. That's how your body works. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, when you sit on this bike, you can't. Of course, you can grab your towel or so to try to reduce a little bit the amount of sweat, but still, it's super warm indoors, and you just start to sweat, and a lot of sweat is coming down, and I'm not quite sure. Do I always need to wipe the floor when I'm done, or how? I require further instructions how to operate this thing, because this is a little bit difficult, or not difficult, but I mean, I like to leave the place when I'm done with my sport clean and tidy, and so not quite sure how this works, but I'm quite sure I will figure it out. So yeah, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to practice, a lot of things to learn, to train. Things I'm looking forward to. We also have this carnival situation, this Mardi Gras situation, this, I don't know what situation it is right now. Ooh, what's going on there? Sheep murder is going on. Let's get all the neat resources. Thank you, wolf guys. Much appreciated. Much appreciated that you give me some food. Yeah. This was it already caused some trouble last Saturday, as last Saturday I was shopping for some new running shoes, because I needed some good running shoes for a street. I do have very good ones for trail running, but since in this location, one of my biggest complaints, everything is more or less just concrete, asphalt, tarmac, whatnot. So you rarely find real soft surface, and in this case I needed some good street running shoes again. I was shopping for some last Saturday, and as I wanted to get back home, as I wanted to take the tram, well, there was this carnival group running around in the streets, and yeah, this apparently was a scheduled event, and all the trams were delayed, and so it took me ages to get back home. Oh dear, oh dear. It was interesting to look at though, but yeah, I mean it could cause some issues, and yeah, I don't know. Might be fun to do those things. I mean, last year I tried to participate in it, and apparently I have to do the same thing this year again. But yeah, I don't know. I still don't understand it. I really don't understand it. What is it? Just about getting drunk, or what's or dressing like a fool? What's the reason behind that? I mean, I'm quite sure there is a reason behind that, but I'm not that type of guy. I'm more the guy like, okay, let's go outdoors, let's go out into the nature and be outdoors. So, but yeah, that's also coming up. Yeah, so basically a lot of things have happened, but nothing really to write home about has happened, because as I said, with the exams, they kept me busy. Well, the journal publication, that's really something to write home about, but there isn't so much I can talk about. I mean, well, I can talk a little bit about the content of the paper. It's last year I spoke of my one system, the serious game for training affine transformations. So this mathematical method of rotating, scaling, translating objects using matrix multiplications and so on. And yeah, I also did not only one study with it, but in total 3. The second study was with a more polished visual appearance, with a more polished visual style. And the third study compared the base game through the desktop 3D game to a virtual reality game. And yeah, I combined both studies, so the second and the third study, with the visual improvements and the virtual reality version, and wrote this paper about it. I already gave this paper a try at a virtual reality systems and technology conference, but they rejected it because of reasons. I'm not quite sure what really the reasons were. I can't really remember what the main critiques were, but I thought, okay, guys, I gave you a fair chance. Now I go to a journal, and that's what I did, and they accepted it. So, well, at first minor revision, and then they accepted it. From the contribution, I think the main contributions were to test the same game, encoding the same knowledge and the exact same game mechanics. So it was basically the same game, but once realized in desktop 3D, once in virtual reality, and to see how the learning effects are, and how users like it. So this was quite an exhausting experiment, because I did it over the course of 2 years. The first year I did the more polished desktop version to a paper group that just trained with traditional assignments, and the next year I did it with the desktop 3D versus virtual reality group. So it was quite a lot of work that went into this paper, and so I'm super happy that it's now released. The results are that, I mean, there's always this problem that I tested the knowledge gain, or the learning outcome, using traditional paper-based exams, and the paper group tested or practiced this knowledge using paper-based assignments. So they basically could use and transfer their knowledge directly, whereas the other groups had to actually transfer the knowledge. So it was not a one-to-one application. It was, okay, I trained it in a virtual reality environment, in a digital and a virtual environment, and it's 3D, and now suddenly it's only 2D and it's on a paper. So this might have also affected the results. I know we talked about this in as I presented you the other paper, the first paper about the first study, the initial study of the system, that hey, it would be also interesting to measure the learning outcome inside of the game. But yeah, I completed the other two studies already by the time we discussed the other ideas, so it's still something I like to do, but on the other hand, those learning effect studies are quite a nuisance, because you need to let them play the game for quite some time and make sure that they all play the game for the same amount of time. So you need that the people show up for every playing session. If one does not show up, then you need to remove them from the sample, and yeah, it just causes a lot of headaches. So I'm not quite sure. I really like to do it because I'm really interested in that, but actually conducting this experiment, I'm not quite sure if I really like to. So yeah, we will see. Nevertheless, the results were that the three groups, and in the end I had three conditions. So desktop 3D, this is similar to what we see here. Minecraft, this would be desktop 3D. Virtual reality, that's where you put on your head-mounted display and you're completely immersed in the virtual environment. And the paper group, no significant difference was found between the groups using the analysis of variance. Yeah, the ANOVA variance. So that's good, but still the paper group had the tendency to yield a better learning outcome. There's the question now, is the learning outcome really higher just because it's a better training method, or is this trend explainable because it's a better training method, or is it because the participant had to transfer the knowledge, well, the game playing participants, to complete the exam? So here we are back at the reason why I really like to conduct this other experiment, but as I said, this learning effect studies are always annoying. Maybe I will do it at one point, but I like to finish this PhD first, I guess. So yeah, there was, luckily there was no significant difference. It turned out that the virtual reality version had the worst results of the three systems, of the three learning methods, which is explainable because in virtual reality it's a little bit more difficult to enter numbers, and so they completed a significant lower amount of training levels of assignments in comparison to the desktop 3D group, and so they just had not the same amount of practice despite having put in the same amount of time. So yeah, there are also some minor issues with the usability of the system in the end. But yeah, so there we had a significant difference in the amount of solved levels. The virtual reality group, however, had the highest motivation, and this was also an interesting thing. All the other groups, we had some people we had to remove from the sample because they did not show up. In the VR group, all the participants showed up for the entire experiment, so apparently there was some kind of higher motivation to do this experiment, which is also a great result. And in general, the motivation was higher in the serious game group, the highest in the virtual reality group, and also the joy of use or the learning quality was the highest in the virtual reality group. So at least there's a difference. So it's quite interesting. The learning outcome was the lowest in virtual reality, but the learning quality was the highest. So I think the best option then is to use the desktop 3D version, because it combines the best of both or so. So yeah, that's the result of this paper. Pretty cool. Soon you can read what I have written and hopefully enjoy it. And so we are at the end of this episode. The moon is shining and I will go to bed. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you will be joining me next time. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!